Nobody wants to say it, but let's be real. The Lakers are having a tough time. Every defensive possession is pure chaos. Fans are losing their minds. Rival coaches are pretending they wouldn't love to coach this squad, and they're haters? Oh, they're having the time of their lives watching every mistake unfold. After a brutal loss to the Bulls, the Lakers flew to Orlando facing a sold-out crowd, the largest in Magic history. Right from the jump, it felt like deja vu. Flashbacks to that Bulls game where LA's transition defense looked like they were running in quicksand. Orlando wasted no time taking advantage. Austin Reeves was the only one keeping things afloat early, working off LeBron, using his body to create space, and taking advantage of mismatches. Meanwhile, Luka Doncic came out ice cold, missing his first 4 shots as Orlando swarmed him, forcing tough looks and making him work for every inch of space. Jackson Hayes was hustling on the glass, but the Lakers were already showing cracks. Then came the first head-scratching moment. Paolo Banchero, shooting 42% from 3 in March, somehow left completely wide open. He drained it, and you had to wonder if the Lakers even checked the scouting report. Defensive rotations looked like a comedy sketch, mismatches were everywhere, and Orlando's game plan was clear: hunt Reeves on switches at all costs. LeBron had to slide into strong side help just to patch up the defense, but that only created even more wide-open looks for Orlando's shooters. That's when Luka finally woke up. He started using defenders' momentum against them, hitting them with pump fakes and getting easy trips to the line. He baited them into every mistake possible, forcing them to second-guess every move. It's one thing to tell a defender to stay disciplined, but Luka knows how to mess with an entire game plan. Once he started hitting step-backs and isolating one-on-one, it was clear he had flipped the switch. But while Luka was getting into rhythm, Banchero was tearing the Lakers apart. JJ Redick finally adjusted, sending aggressive doubles to get the ball out of his hands, but Orlando was ready for it. Every trap turned into an advantage. Banchero made the right reads, Caldwell Pope punished soft closeouts, and second chance points kept piling up. Then came the absurdity. Jared Vanderbilt checked in and immediately picked up 3 fouls in 20 seconds. The refs were calling nonsense, and at that point, it felt personal. Meanwhile, Luka finally got a post-up mismatch, but Orlando swarmed him, funneled him into Jonathan Isaac, and got an easy block. For a brief moment, the Lakers executed a textbook fast break off an Orlando turnover. Reeves rewarded LeBron for running the floor, then LeBron returned the favor. For a split second, the Lakers looked like a real team, but the Magic weren't fazed. They knew their size was their biggest advantage and kept pounding the Lakers in the paint. After one quarter, LA held on to a 30-26 lead. Then the collapse began. Sloppy turnovers, Gary Harris picking pockets, and Orlando's jumbo creators making life miserable for the Lakers' defense. On the other end, Reeves tried to attack but ran into a brick wall named Jonathan Isaac. Every drive, every jumper, every move, it all got swatted away. Coach Jamal Mosley made sure nothing came easy for LA, and the Lakers had no answer. Their only saving grace was a hot shooting stretch from Connect, but Orlando stuck to their simple, effective strategy. They ran dummy actions to free up Wagner, turned handoffs into open threes, and dared the Lakers role players to beat them by sticking with single coverage on LeBron and Luka. Then came the final insult. LeBron conceded a switch, and Paolo immediately flashed to the right elbow, got the ball, and knocked down an easy jumper. Luka, still trying to gamble on defense, kept losing every time. At halftime, the Lakers were on life support. To their credit, they came out of the break with some real defensive intensity after Redick burned a timeout. They locked in on Banchero, forced turnovers, and turned them into fast break points. But it wasn't sustainable. Orlando just kept running the same simple, effective drive and kick offense, and the Lakers couldn't stop it. Of course, it wouldn't be a Lakers game without some last-minute Luka magic. He started hitting ridiculous step-backs, making defenders look foolish and trying to pull the team back, but by then it was too late. Orlando had already taken control. And once again, the Lakers were left asking the same question: how do we fix this? Because until they figure it out, this South Park episode isn't ending anytime soon. Lakers fans, brace yourselves. This one was a roller coaster, but not the fun kind. The game started with flashes of brilliance. Luka was breaking down defenders with a triple threat jab step, knocking down threes in their face. His outlet passing was lethal, especially when he had LeBron running the break. But in the NBA, it's not just how you play, it's how you close quarters that separates winners from losers. The Lakers had a 9-point lead with just a minute left in the second quarter. Then they took their foot off the gas. In the blink of an eye, Orlando erased the lead with a furious rally. Instead of pulling away, LA walked into the locker room clinging to a 60-58 lead. Then came the third quarter, and it was a disaster. The Magic turned a 2-point deficit into a 14-point lead in a matter of minutes. LeBron did everything he could to keep LA afloat, dominating one-on-one matchups and scoring at will in isolation. But Orlando had a counter for every move. Franz Wagner, who had already been torching LA in the first half, kept making them pay. Even when the Lakers made the right rotations on paper, Wagner was still drilling corner threes. Meanwhile, Orlando ran some beautifully disguised sets, busting the Lakers' 3-2 zone with fake screens and slip actions that completely fooled the defense. And since Hunting Reeves had worked in the first half, Orlando went right back to it. Why fix what isn't broken? Paolo Banchero's court vision was on full display, threading passes through tight spaces, drawing fouls, and picking apart LA's defense. With JJ Redick going full small ball, Wagner took over as the primary creator. LA's offense went ice cold, shooting just 22% from 3 in the third, missing wide open looks, and getting completely outworked on the glass. There were flashes of good basketball. Luka had some brilliant outlet passes, setting up Reeves in transition. But for every highlight, there was an equally egregious mistake, like LeBron and Luka both collapsing on Banchero, leaving the perimeter wide open for an easy 3. The Lakers were generating good looks, but their defense was a disaster. Orlando kept moving the ball with surgical precision, getting 5 assists from 5 different players. Even when LA switched to a zone, it didn't matter. Then the bench came in and things got even worse. Anthony Black was +7 in just 4.5 minutes, while LA's second unit managed to score exactly 0 points to close the quarter. The worst three-point shooting team in the league was suddenly catching fire, torching the Lakers from deep. Orlando went on a 13-2 run, and LA had no answers. 5 minutes without a field goal. It was ugly. Finally, Luka broke the drought with a step-back 3, but the Magic kept their foot on the gas, pushing the lead to 14 by the end of the quarter. The fourth quarter started with a desperate Lakers push. LeBron, with eyes in the back of his head, made some incredible plays in transition. Reeves attacked the basket, drawing fouls and getting to the line. There was a brief moment of hope, but then Franz Wagner slammed the door shut. Wagner went off in the fourth, scoring 11 points, the most of any player on the floor. Every time the Lakers tried to fight back, Wagner delivered a dagger, a deep 3, a tough fadeaway, a drive through traffic. The Lakers simply couldn't stop him. On the other end, their offense fell apart, missed layups. 4 turnovers in the quarter, bad shot selection fueled by desperation. Every mistake dug the hole deeper. LeBron was dunking out of pure frustration, but on the other end, Orlando had elite rim protection waiting for him. Nothing came easy. Final score? A brutal loss for LA. This is what we call the March malaise in the NBA. The Nuggets just lost to the Wizards, the Blazers, and the Bulls. The Warriors just fell to the Hawks. And now, the Lakers? They're drifting aimlessly through the March blues. The big question, how does JJ Redick snap them out of this funk? Dallas Mavericks owner Patrick Dumont insists that trading Luka Doncic, the face of the franchise, just before his 26th birthday for a 32-year-old star, a third-year wing, and a single first-round pick was all about building for the future. Dumont made these remarks a month ago, well before Kyrie Irving's torn ACL derailed the Mavericks' 2024-25 season. However, this wasn't before Anthony Davis got injured in his debut, or before Dumont openly questioned Doncic's work ethic by citing Shaquille O'Neal's legendary focus and discipline, implying that Luka lacked the same mindset. It also came after a turbulent night at American Airlines Arena, where multiple fans were ejected for holding signs demanding GM Nico Harrison's firing, and Dumont was loudly booed as he took his courtside seat. Given all this, one would think the organization would have had time to craft a more convincing justification for the trade. If that's their vision of the future, Mavericks fans might want to start worrying about the present. Drop your thoughts in the comments section and kindly like and subscribe for more future NBA updates.